look onto it with your special eyes. Look. It's freaking sexy as hell. We are almost completed with the tack welds and the mock-up. We are about to put on the ball and socket fittings that connect to this factory stuff back here. And there's it's coming right off the X pipe. I don't have any O2 sensor bungs for the downstream sensors. Plus I don't really know exactly where I'm gonna be able to fit them. It'll be tight. It'll have to be probably on a bend or something, but because pretty much everything's a bend after the cats. But yeah, we're gonna put on the ball and socket joints. I had to go to a parts store and get some reducers today. I didn't have those, but everything else I pretty much used that I ordered, so that's good. I did have extra straight pieces. I was able to use pretty much all my straight stuff from the J-bends. But these ball and socket fittings are, I mean, I guess they're fine, but I just noticed I'm gonna have to tap these because this galvanized coating on here just, I mean, like, let's see if you can see, it just chaseled the freaking threads onto it. I mean, there's hardly threads there, and they're like not cut right, and I don't fucking know. Hopefully, I'm sure it'll be fine, but yeah, they just got bolts, and then one side of the flange is supposed to have a thread on it, but it's ain't much of a thread. So anyways, I'll tap those out, and then we'll probably have to cut these down a little bit, since it's so tight in there. You know, we'll only use like a little bit of it, and then yeah, then it'll be tacked in place, and I'll just have to get O2 sensor bungs and some more gas in accordance with the run out, but I'll be able to get it all tacked today for sure. So yeah, that's all she wrote, I suppose. Exhaust's gonna be done, and we're gonna be freaking putting the rear end back together, coolant lines, electrical, and fluids, and then this thing will be ready to freaking, oh yeah, here, let me show you. I got smells like pizza in here. Smells like course. What are you thinking about? Pizza. We got the tuner in, so there are 0 pieces to the puzzle left. Little, what is it, X4, ladies and gentlemen. Evidently, I ordered it, and some guy that's done Lincoln manual transmission swap tunes has already got a tune preloaded on it for my car, so based on the mods and such, so should just be able to plug it in, write the tune to the computer, and call it a cigarette, and then cheech and roast some rubber and rail gears. I hope. I'll have to be careful though. I'll have to break in the clutch easy and the rear diff too. I suppose it's supposed to do that for 500 miles or so, I guess. But yeah, this, I will say, if you're gonna do any sort of exhaust or intercooler work or anything, this freaking guy will save your ass. I did the boost piping on the Lightning with a grinder, and the cuts weren't straight, and then your welds are shit, and this thing is a lifesaver. Granted, I'm just doing MIG welding and stuff, which I don't know. I'm assuming it'll work, but isn't necessarily the correct way to do it. But I'm sure it'll work just fine. So yeah, straight cuts and patience, and it wasn't too bad. Turned out pretty slick. Hopefully when I pull it out, I'll try and remember to show you guys out of the car. Maybe it'll be a little easier to see. It's kind of tight under there, but turned out sweet. Got her freaking tacked all the way. Everything clears. We have to do a little trimming on the heat shield flange on the cat there. Can't see because it's blocking the light. Good. It's a little close to that trans cross member, but we are golden, ladies and gentlemen. Freaking golden. And everything is pretty much well above this deal here, where the part that is, so be able to keep those, tilt those cats up at an angle and keep just maybe the bottom of it below, so shouldn't have any problems with damage. Maybe a little scrape, but not too bad, not too bad. So I'll get some more gas in the old welder and zap around all these joints, and that'll be done with that. Then we're almost home free. Pretty close. As long as something else doesn't break or we don't wreck any more vehicles, should be pretty quick. Need no more water lines breaking, so otherwise a couple more weeks and she will be ready to rip. Got this thing all welded up. I also marked out my O2 sensor positions kind of slightly, a little bit, but so we're gonna drill out those. We got the bungs in, got the bung holios in, so welded up pretty nice. It's a little tricky in here, but around these businesses, but not too bad. Not too bad, if you ask me. It'll definitely hold, definitely good welds. Not the prettiest, but really hope it didn't warp or change position at all or whatever with all the heat welding those joints, but we'll find out. We can find out. So gonna drill those O2 sensors, trim a little bit off these where it was close to the trans cross member, and step back in. Alrighty then, boys. Got this thing going on here. Luckily, this is the biggest friggin' stepper that I had. The old Harbor Freight Special stepper, if you will. So, it's a 7/8 hole, FYI, and these are nice little M18 bungs. It's a little, you know, they got a little fucking whatever. They're like reduced a little bit, and then they got a bigger flange for your weld dealios. So, yeah, that worked out nice. It's a giant hole, but they'll get a little zip-knack paddywhack on there with the old welder, and then we'll definitely cheech. So, friggin' rights. here. Had to reduce back down to the 2-inch. Kind of a fucking boner killer, but whatever. It's marginal. It's marginal, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna work just fine with the 2-inch. Weld this kind of in the car. I just got one hanger down, so it'll tip down. I'll just get the welder up above. Do a little zap onto her. Well, that fucking sucked, boys. Fucking neck's burnt to a crisp. Really should have pulled this out. My welds are globbier than your fucking mom after Thanksgiving. I mean, just whatever. Whatever. And this freaking auto parts store steel is just trash. It's like galvanized or some shit. Wouldn't weld for nothing, but it's done. It's freaking done. We're gonna slap it in. We're gonna freaking slap it in. Put it back up on the hanger and bolt it all back, and then start putting this freaking thing together. I know I've said that like a million times, but of course we've been putting it together for like whatever, 3 months now. But man's gotta eat. Man's gotta eat.